So, during your career, what's the most important lesson you've learned about how to succeed as a woman in a leadership role?
Two lessons, probably.
Yeah.
One is that you have to confront the reality that you need to do more work than possibly your male colleagues. It's just there, and you have to confront it. It is surmountable, but you just have to put in the hard work. And secondly, I think, is that you need to listen. So rather than speaking first, I've learned the thing to do, especially in a meeting environment, is to let others speak, to listen, and then be almost the one who comes back and, the sounding board for their thoughts. Whereas there's an awful lot of women, and I know this because I've seen it, who think what they need to do is get the word in first, get in there first. And actually, it's much easier, I found, if you listen and then respond.
Nice. Have you seen any initiatives or policies outside the UK that might help support gender equality in senior positions in this country?
Oh, absolutely. I think not just senior positions, but all the way through women in work. I mean, the infrastructure around childcare is so missing in the UK. We really don't have that in any way that's meaningfully supportive to women. And the second thing is this, what I've seen, especially in Nordic countries, is this idea that you don't have to be seen to be at your place of work. So for example, someone will come and say, I'm leaving at 4 o'clock to collect the children, and nobody says anything because they know they'll then finish the job later on. So it's this idea that you can deliver without physically being present at a desk.
Right. And is there anything we have here, any sort of cultural, policy or working practice ideas that other countries might find useful in supporting gender equality?
I have to say, I think we are quite way behind. I don't see an awful lot happening in different professions and different business environments that I've come up to, because especially in my world in the city, actually the number of women in the city is still far, far too low. I think we have a lot to learn. What I do think we're coming to terms with and we're talking about more in the UK is unconscious bias. And we need to have that conversation around the world about not just what's happening on the outside, but what's happening on inside and how that's projected and creates discrimination.
Right. And finally, what's your favourite book?
Oh gosh. At the moment, I love a book called Anything is Possible by Elizabeth Stroud. And the reason I like it is a couple of reasons. I'm a great John Steinbeck fan as well. But that whole way of being able to describe interacting with your surroundings and relationships and creating truths out of that storytelling I find really interesting. It's a fantastic book.
Thank you very much indeed, Gina Miller.
You're welcome.